Are y'all ready? We got this coming Olivia Pope style.
Popcorn and wine together. Yeah, it's kind of my thing.
I do need to turn the mic on. Hello, dog. You can't have popcorn or wine. We turned this on work mode. You matter to me. You have my undivided attention right now. Well, I've never filmed at night in this space, and I've never used the ring light, but we're going for it. We're gonna be a real influencer now. Let's open this bottle. Ta-da! Okay. Hi. I am an extreme lightweight, and I wanted to make this video because I just came through a very public breakup in a way, and I thought I would have fun with this. I would use my ex's exes. This is 2 X's back bottle opener, and this is the only gift I kept from that ex was this bottle opener. So hurrah to me. I'm an expert at giving gifts back. I'm surrounded by pillows if you can't see them, and I'm testing out a new mic since the last couple of videos. The mic has been pretty bad, but we're testing out a new one. And I hope to get a little bit fun on camera tonight. We're doing this Olivia Pope style with some popcorn, some rosé cider. I know Olivia Pope would use red wine, but I haven't gone to law school yet, so we're going to use rosé. Today's video is super exciting, and I wrote notes. Where are they? I gotta find my notes. This video is called The Pros and Cons of Dating an Influencer by Elizabeth Hunter. Okay, so that Liz Hunter is an influencer. Is she though? So am I an influencer? Let's first address this. Am I an influencer? Am I talking about dating myself? Like, what am I saying? So I do not consider myself a career influencer. Yes, I am starting at the point where I am getting brand deals. I'm getting to work with people that I've dreamed of working with. I'm starting to get, to be able to make content for extra income. My ex, on the other hand, is a full-time influencer. They have no other job. They completely make all of their income, all of their money, all of their job is online creating. In my mind, there's a difference between someone who makes content and someone who makes a living off of content. I do not make a living off of content. I always want to have a job. Do I want to nail myself down and then in 3 years, if I do quit and become a full-time, I don't know if TikTok, YouTube, or Instagram will exist at that point, whatever the platform is, maybe Yik Yak will make a comeback. Do I want to narrow myself down and say I never want to be a full-time influencer? I want to be a full-time writer, I know that. If I could make money off my books, Lord love ya, I would love that. So when I started dating my ex, I knew they were an influencer. They actually quit their job 2 months into us dating. I also like creating content, so I don't mind dating an influencer. But a year later, coming out of that relationship, I have thoughts. I have pros and cons. I have a list for you. I want to describe what it's like to date an influencer and why there are pros and cons. Just like dating, I guess if you dated a lawyer or you dated a politician or you dated a construction worker, you would have pros and cons too. And these are my pros and cons. I love my pros and cons list because I wrote this like literally the day after the breakup, and I haven't looked at them since. So let's see if I agree with past me. My plan is to make this balanced. So I want to list a pro and then list a con and go back and forth, and I don't want to be like overly negative or overly positive. Pro number 1. I never had to explain why social media mattered to me. I freaking love Instagram. I love making TikToks. I love making YouTube videos. I never had to be like, oh, sorry, I'm checking my Instagram story. Oh, sorry, someone DM'd me on TikTok, I want to reply. Oh, sorry, I have to upload a YouTube video at 11 a.m. on Monday. I never had to say, like, excuse me while I work on my content. Excuse me while I'm online, because they were online. They knew the world of Instagram, they knew the world of social media, and they were totally willing to follow along with me or let me invade their social media. Like, it was totally easy to be online with them, and yeah, I really love that. I love that we could go live on Instagram together, live on TikTok together. I loved being online with my significant other. In a lot of places, they judge you for being online, and being in a relationship with someone who is perennially online, it's super nice to not have to worry if they're going to judge you for being online. Now, we have our first con of this influencers dating relationship, so pay attention, okay? This is the first con. Being used for I will step back from the mic because I am still mad about this. I absolutely freaking hate this. I'm actually like, I don't know that I'll ever get over this, like maybe with therapy, but this still deeply hurts. So I would say for about 3 months in our relationship, we had not been communicating the way that I would love to communicate in a relationship. We hadn't been having weekly dates. We'd canceled several dates that I wanted to do. They'd canceled several in-person trips to see me, and I was just struggling. It was a struggle bus. I constantly felt like I did not matter to this person. And I was being filmed for a documentary. I don't know if this documentary ever is going to be released, but it was supposed to be on Snapchat. We'll find out. Anyway, my ex wanted to be in it, which, like, if my significant other was being filmed in a documentary, I would want to be in it too. So, like, I understand. But the frustrating thing was they had not talked to me for like 3 weeks. Like, had not seen me, had chosen not to do dates with me. And then when the documentary crew was in town, they were like, I'm totally good with being on camera, and they FaceTime me, and the stuff they said in the FaceTime was simply not true. So in the FaceTime, they were like, can't wait to see you on your birthday, can't wait for you to visit Philadelphia, can't wait to hang out. And then as soon as the camera is off, all those things they said on the FaceTime weren't true, because they weren't even sure at that point that they would see me on my birthday. And when I was like, hey, can I book a flight to see you? They were like, I don't know, probably not. So I felt very used for clout. They were saying things on camera and online that were not true to who we were in order to, I don't know, y'all. Like, this is really hard. Like, this is embarrassing that, like, I was freaking dating someone who was lying on camera, and I was fine with it. I mean, I was hurt, but I was like, I understand. I can handle this. It's fine. We all act in the dark shadow of our soul, right? I can't be mad. I'm being too demanding. Elizabeth, fuck that. Don't do that again. So yeah, don't do that. Do not date someone who is totally cool to FaceTime you and freaking lie to your face on a FaceTime, fucking making things up about how they're excited to fucking date you, and the second the cameras are off, they don't talk to you for hours and immediately say, no, you actually can't do any of the stuff I said we would do on our FaceTime. Don't date those kind of people, okay? Don't do it. Now, am I saying every influencer is like this? Fuck no. I don't think influencers are like this. Like, I don't think everybody's like this. I know I'm not like that. If I say something online, it's fucking true. It's completely who I am. Because it's too hard. I did not go to acting school. I was a theater major for 1 semester, and I dropped that super fast like a hotcake. I'm not sure if it's acting or being used for clout or whatever the fuck it is. It really fucking hurt. I don't recommend it. That's a huge con of the relationship of dating an influencer. It really hurts. Okay? Don't do it. Don't do what I did.
I can handle this.
I was like listening back to that audio to make sure it was working, and I'm like, Liz, I think you're tipsy. Let's talk about a pro. Being authentic about relationships up and downs online. A pro. I don't mind being totally authentic about the relationship up and downs, like the highs and lows of dating online. And dating someone who is an influencer means they don't mind either, especially when it's a high. When it's a high, they're like, LOL, Liz, I love that content. When it's a low, they're like, so I don't know what they feel about talking about the downsides online. But the upside's great. Also, I just want to clarify, you can do long distance. Long distance was fun. I liked it. I liked having my own little life and knowing eventually we would be in person, but like being totally chill with like not centering my entire life around them, just like having them as part of my life. I loved long distance. I'd totally be down to do long distance again. My budget would not be. But the things that happened that broke us, that ended up ending the relationship, were not things that only happen with long distance. People become distant emotionally when they live in the same house. And I've gone through a distant emotional relationship with someone who lived 5 freaking miles away. And I've gone with a distant emotional relationship with someone who lived 500 miles away. So, emotional distance sucks. And it isn't solved by physical proximity. Anyway, that's a little rant. But I didn't mind sharing. I feel like sharing my relationships online is just part of who I am. I share about my parents, about my church relationship, my work relationship, my relationship with my dog. I'm going to share about my dating relationships too. And dating an influencer means they understand that and they're fine with it. Now, some influencers manage to not share about their relationships, but I haven't figured out how to not share about anything unless it's a secret. And I cannot imagine dating someone and it being a secret, because I did do that because they were closeted and it fucking sucks, so I'm never doing that again. Okay, that's the pro. Let's go to a con. This is a con. Constant comparison to other couples. Because fuck yeah, that happens. Constant comparison to other couples. What does that freaking look like? It means when they send you pictures, like they DM you and they're like, look at this, what they did. I want to take pictures like that. Or this couple did that, let's do that too. Or this couple got so many likes. Do you think we'll get that many likes? They got so many views on this. Do you think we'll get that many views? Honey hell. Can you stop? Like, can you stop talking about how other people are getting, like, engagement on their relationship? Because I don't care. Like, yeah, it's fun in the moment. Like, LOL, that's funny. But 30 minutes later, I'm just, like, exhausted knowing that you care so much about this. And I don't think that's every influencer, because I've asked several other people who are influencers if that's something they deal with, and it's not. So I feel like that was something we dealt with that was only from theirs. I don't know. I don't know if it was them or me or like us, but I was so exhausted constantly having nemesis online out of other couples, because let me be clear, the comparison was not, that's a good idea, let's do that too. It was, they're my nemesis. This person on Instagram, I want to be more famous than them, and you can help me do that. And I'm not interested in being more famous than anyone on social media, except my ex. Yeah, I do have more YouTube followers right now. Anyway, or subscribers, one of those words. I am an influencer apparently, so don't take me, because I'm comparing myself to my ex. Someday, like in 6 months, I probably won't care. But it is nice right now that I have more people on YouTube and TikTok. Anyway, future Elizabeth, edit this out so you look better. The comparison. I do not have an online nemesis. I don't think there's a single influencer out there that I'm like, I'm better than them. I deserve more followers. Of course there's moments of jealousy that everybody's like, oh, I wish I had that brand deal. I wish I had that many followers. But then you're like, LOL, they're cool. They deserve it. My ex had significant people that she had beef with. It was all one-sided, I should say. And she constantly compared our relationship to theirs online. Is that only a them thing, or is that an influencer thing? Y'all tell me. But yeah, it was exhausting. I hated it. It fucking sucked, because you would be having a fucking great day, and then they would just bring this up out of the blue, and it was like so jarring. Also, I had to unfollow several of these people because I could not see their content and hear my ex rant about them in the same like day. It was just tiring. And then after we broke up, I was like, I'm gonna follow them again because their content's nice. I enjoy it, and I don't constantly have to look at it and go, oh, what does my ex think of this? How are they going to respond? Because literally I would see their content in my feed and be like, oh, I bet so-and-so is going to say this about this. I know what my partner's going to say. Like, they're going to complain about X, Y, and Z. And now that we've broken up, it's so nice that I don't have to think about how my ex hates them. I can just enjoy their content without wondering if my ex is going to complain about such and such. Anyway, yeah, so that's a little con there. But I'm sure I have a pro, again, because I'm trying to be both sides of journalism here. We're trying to have a pro and a con. Also, where's the popcorn? Okay, this pro completely makes sense to me. Making content together. I feel like there's a song. We're all in this together. Except that we're on Instagram, making content together. Did I enjoy making content with my ex?
Absolutely, I do.
I enjoyed making content with my ex. I'll be honest. It was fun to figure out ways to take pictures. I love the art of finding like Instagram poses and the art of vlogging together and like the art of making reels together. It was fun. We did like the couples Q&A. We did the like assumptions about us. We did like all of those types of videos, girlfriend tag, and I enjoyed it. I really did, baby. It was so fun. I would do it again in a heartbeat in like a year and a half from now because I'm not in the mood for dating. All right, cons. They won't delete pictures because it affects their grid. Speaking of content, when you post pictures of someone in your relationship with someone, you have their permission while you're in the relationship. If you break up, common fucking courtesy means that you should archive those pictures because they might not consent anymore to being presented on your feed. I don't want anything to do with your fucking Instagram or your TikTok or Pinterest or YouTube or whatever. Take it down. That's all I ask. Take it down, babe. But they won't. And mainly, the worst part of it still being up is that these couples accounts on Instagram will like take the picture and repost it and like shares their caption. So then people like will see our picture. Like it's happened twice since the breakup. So these couples accounts will like share and be like, what an adorable couple who may or may not still be together. They are kind of like open-ended, so people who like casually scroll and like don't know that we're still not together, I'm assuming. Anyway, why else would you like something of a couple who broke up? Like, why would you do that? I block those accounts. I don't let myself get tagged in them if I can help it. But my ex lets herself get tagged and lets it sit on their public profile. And you know where they get those pictures from? Not my account, because I fucking archived those pictures. Where are those pictures coming from? Y'all tell me. I mean, put two and two together. Birds of a feather flock together. That had nothing to do with what I was saying. But what I'm saying is, ask your ex before you leave out pictures of them. I know it will mess up your content strategy, but be a better person. Like, stop making influencers look bad. Final thoughts, baby. What's the final pro? Final pro. Documented memories. I don't know. Anyway, documented memories. What do we think of this? This is like the most basic pro ever because every person who has an Instagram account has documented memories. This is not exclusive to influencers. But I do appreciate my vlogs, and I do appreciate being able to look back and see what I said, how I felt, what I was thinking in the moment. Honestly, like my vlogs that I made with my first big relationship that I didn't even like post that as an influencer online. I just like had random vlogs and like talked like they were in them. It wasn't like on purpose. We weren't like making content together because they were not an influencer. But like looking back on that and the 2020 relationship that I was in, I was like, oh, that's nice. You know, it's really nice to look back and see where I was, how I was feeling, what it felt like to be in that relationship. And the same thing with like this relationship. Like, sure, it hurts now. And like I unlisted all those videos so you could only find them like through playlist on YouTube. And then I left the vlogs up because the vlogs weren't about being in a relationship. They were just vlogs of my life. But like videos like the girlfriend tag and stuff like that, I unlisted them. But vlogs, I did not unlist because the vlogs are actual moments in my life. And I'm not going to delete a vlog because the vlog was not about being in a relationship. It was about me. Anyway, so I really appreciate that. I think this is the worst con of them all. Well, being used for clout sucked personally. Hurt probably the most. This might be the worst. And just overall, the person online is not the person in real life. They're just not. And I don't know if I'm the person online that I am in real life, but I hope I am. I hope I don't present myself to the world in one way and then treat people really shitty. I hope I don't do it. It really sucks to have posts where someone talks about how much they love you and then show no love to you in person. It just hurts. It's not something that I can sugarcoat. And I really hate myself for letting myself be in a relationship like that. I will say a lot of influencers that I'm friends with online were like, no, that's not how the relationship should have been. And I'm really glad that they told me that. Because I just felt like I was crazy. I felt like the crazy person. Like, am I asking for too much? Am I too fucking needy? Was I just like too much? Like, was I asking for it? And the answer is no, Liz. You deserve love. Everyone deserves love. Like, don't take it from anyone. If they're not loving you in person, don't accept the shitty, like, I love you online, but not in person, you know? Date someone who... So I did go to the door because the person kept knocking. They knocked 3 times. And it's like dark outside. My roommate is at home. I didn't know who it was. I was kind of nervous. But I went to the door, check it out. And it's a package. So I'm going to unbox it. Because why not? I have no idea who it's from, what it is, anything about it. This is not how you should unbox packages. Be much more careful with scissors than I am. What is this? Oh my god! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I'm so excited! I literally bought these on Depop in October for my trip to Orlando for Pride, and they never showed up. Apparently they were delivered to the wrong address. I'm so excited! I thought these were stolen. My dog is very wound up. She was like, the door was very scary, Mom. I protected you, Mom. Anyway, so we got these incredible rainbow Converse shoes that showed up at my door tonight. That apparently were delivered to my neighbor, and he's like, what am I? He didn't even open it. But, because they were, I'm so excited these showed up. I got these for Orlando Pride, and now they're here, and I can wear them for Summer Pride. We love to see it. I'm just so excited that I finally got these. Literally bought these in October, and they finally showed up. What is today? April 16th? Wow! So this goes to show you that good things come to those who wait, including good relationships. Back to the relationship drama. What was I saying? Oh, I was saying, don't date someone who's super online, who is not the person in real life that they are online. Or tells you that they can be present online, but they can't be present with you. Like, don't take it. Staring into the abyss of searching for final thoughts. And I'm so hot because I drank that cider and I haven't even finished it. That's all my thoughts. I'm just thinking about the Converse right now, the rainbow Converse, and that they finally showed up. They're so cute. I'm so excited they showed up. Anyway, can't wait to wear them. This is the first time I've ever filmed something like this, and it feels a little bit weird. Like, I feel like I'm spilling a lot of personal details about my ex, and you might have a bad opinion of them, a good opinion of them. I don't really care. It was hard. It was a rough relationship the last 3 months, and I'm super grateful for my online community and the fact that I can share this and be myself online, on YouTube, here on the internet. And I'm sure there are people, I know there's people who are like, why are you slandering your ex? Like, shut up and go. And I'm going to shut up and go here, so you're welcome. But I'm just sharing. And I hope my experience, if you have ever found yourself in a similar situation, you can realize, like, you deserve better. We deserve better. Don't accept the worst minimum possible. Accept the best that's available, which it does exist. It is out there. And you are loved. We are loved. We got this. We can do it. We can heal. We can treat people better. And we can be influencers if we want, you know? Be an influencer if you want to be an influencer. Just don't use it as an excuse to be a shitty partner. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you do want to follow me on Instagram, I appreciate it. And be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't. But, I mean, you don't have to. Just don't go subscribe to my ex. I'd appreciate it. Let's be petty. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all all around the internet, and I'll see ya later. See ya.
We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service.